yes, it's the sound. It's the sound of the spaceship termites that are always in my walls.
Hey there, Toonami faithful, and welcome back aboard Toonami Absolution, where we talk about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. Once again, we are your hosts. My name is Alyx.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John. Beast Wars: The Agenda Part 3, the final episode of Beast Wars Season 2, debuted on Toonami March 12th, 1998.
Oh, we did it. We're at the end of the season.
Is this the longest episode recap?
It's like 2.5 minutes.
It's pretty long. It's pretty long.
And even longer when you consider that our opening sequence this entire season has been a recap of last season finale.
Yeah. I remember the season premiere having a long one too, because it's like, remember Optimus is dead. It's like, right. Yes, okay. We're gonna undo that. Okay, fine, cool.
It's a shame they could have done with those 3 minutes to do something. I did not like this episode. I'm very disappointed by this ending.
Yeah.
There's a lot of for as much as they build it up, there's a lot of just Transformers of all orientations just shooting their various guns and close-ups on their mouths as they go full Tony Montana in various moments of this episode.
Yeah, so for the plot, basically Ravage is in his ship with Megatron because Ravage is now evil again, as you do. Brat Trap blows him up in about 3 minutes with very little resistance. He also blows up Tarantulas, so yay. Tarantulas' win-loss ratio slowly going down that hill. And then turns out Megatron's going somewhere else, and he's found the Ark, which is a bus for Transformers, where they all take a nap, and then he kills Optimus, and that has ruined time, and that's where we end.
Well, the Ark isn't a bus, necessarily. It's, it was a warship at one point.
What? This is, I think, my problem with this episode, is I don't know G1.
Yeah.
So I just got, here's the Ark. It's where all the old G1 guys are. I'm like, what? They were on Earth? They all came together?
So just to give a little context for that, because it is actually like a super important context that is missing from this episode, is that the Cybertronian Civil War is basically still happening at this point in like the universal line, and the Autobots and the Decepticons both left Cybertron because there was no more Energon to be found. So they ended up crash landing on what would be later known as Earth. So this is coinciding. This is like maybe I think a handful thousand years after they crashed on Earth. But yeah, they are supposed to be here. This does need context.
Yeah. So what? So did they come in the same ship and they were just fighting on that ship, or did like the Decepticons board their ship?
The Decepticons, the Nemesis is the ship that the Decepticons came on. They shouldn't. So they it was basically a warship that went after the Autobot ship. They ended up crash landing on Earth together because of the dogfight that ensued.
Oh, that would have been really nice if the episode had told me that.
It would have been.
I love, because the flashback we get when Optimus reveals this is the old Optimus walking along the bridge like Picard at the start of a TNG episode. And the flashback is, this does not explain anything to me apart from the fact these guys used to be on a ship when they could walk. It's like, that's not information I needed. I needed, who are these people?
Yeah, all the characters being this. See, I like it mainly because I have the background context. I know what happened, and when I was a kid, I knew what happened, so it made it a lot easier. But going back to it as an adult and being like, oh no, not everyone has the same background information is gonna affect your enjoyment of this, like, a lot.
So, did the Vok know that these guys had crashed? Is this why the Vok are pissy?
Not, it doesn't, that seems to be weirdly not well understood. So like that's a hard one to answer because it's not really relevant to the G1 robots.
Yeah, because that's another thing. I like the Vok as a concept, so it's kind of weird the Vok kind of just dropped that old ship off and went, "Okay, we're done." We got a meeting. We're dealing with Mars at the moment. We've got some really cool little grey men over there we're playing with.
The can we circle back to Optimus Prime dying again? Because this is like two season finales in a row where a Optimus
Yeah.
has like that's like their favorite thing.
Well, technically, two Optimuses die because I think this counts as a death for Primal, surely.
Optimi is the plural of Optimus. Yeah, no, Optimus is dead again.
Yeah, yeah. Like they've done that bag of tricks before. Then now, here's a question: did they make this knowing they were getting a season 3?
I believe they knew at this point they were getting a season 3. Like I think it was understood at this point. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that they were aware.
From what I could see, they were very much aware that there was something coming, or there was enough interest that they were ready to leverage it with a cliffhanger.
Yeah, we're gonna disrupt all of time and then just end.
I don't think Beast Machines was getting ready to gear up yet because it was still Beast Wars for season 3, and then it shifted to Beast Machines, and Beast Machines is terrible.
We don't talk about that one. It's not like the other children.
It's not like my other baby.
Beast Machines is a name
screen.
that. Oh, I will. Beast Machine sounds like a name of a knockoff toy. It's what I quite like. It sounds like the dollar store transformer you'd find would be called Beast Machines.
Beast Machines is like for its time period is kind of shockingly ugly to look at. Like it is honestly like everything that we saw with the transmutate, that's everything in Beast Machines.
Now we have to watch it.
John, you've already picked your next.
I know, and it's good. I'm too tired to risk it yet. Yeah,
you guys can't double team me with Transformers. You can't do this.
We're slowly transitioning into a Transformers podcast. Next week, Michael Bay movies, all of them.
Oh, my dream for a podcast.
We'd have to learn all the names again. No, there are some fun bits about this episode. I do like Rat Trap deciding he's going to try and eat his way into Ravage's ship. I especially like that for the commentary. In the DVD commentary, Bob Forward says that originally his plan wasn't to have Rat Trap use the laser cutter. Rat Trap was just going to eat his way through the entire ship. And when people complained, he keeps insisting in the commentary, my version would have been cheaper.
Very, very space station Silicon Valley.
I like that idea. Could have saved a little cashish if you just let me do it.
I also just like the fact he sneaks up on tarantulas doing that. Like, you don't hear someone eating your ship. It's like, maybe that's normal for tarantulas. Like, yes, it's the sound of the spaceship termites that are always in my walls.
Tarantulas, he's always clicking around with his arachnid legs anyway. He
is always kind of making those little noises.
It's just me.
That's just my ambient sound effects.
Yeah.
Just like well said, tarantulas. Yes.
Of all the Predacons, he would be the one that like talks to himself full on in his like mad scientist lab.
Actually, he has talked to himself a few times. Yeah,
he has.
Talking to himself, he does die like a little bitch in this. It's kind of funny. Like all the big reveal of he was a double agent, and then he just gets blown up. It's like that amounted to exactly nothing.
We gotta tie up those loose ends. We can't have.
Yeah. Bye, tarantulas. Sam's favorite character.
Yes. Now, if we just get rid of the other arachnid characters, we'll be all set.
But we can't get rid of Blackarachnia. She's developed a heart. She saved Silverbolt for zero reason. Or because Silverbolt is too stupid to move 2 feet to the left.
She loves him.
Is there a problematic age gap between them? Because like Silverbolt's still technically like a newborn.
Yeah,
she is too. Technically, the problematic age gap is a couple of months.
I mean, mentally though, Silverbolt couldn't stand up in court. I think we'd have to. He would not pass a competency trial. I think.
Yeah, juvenile court for this one.
Listen. Not all himbos need to be infantilized. That's the
But
sound of the
he
kettle in the
does.
door.
Because when Megatron's threatening to shoot him, he just sits there and stares at his gun like he's about to suck it. It's like, dude, move. You have not taken that much damage. You could roll at any point in this and you'll be fine.
You just want to skin his knee.
We do get quite a fun joke that has a bit of a problem in all the localizations, though, because there's a line here where Silverbolt says that Blackarachnia reminds him of Venus.
Yeah.
And then she does the joke of, oh, because it's poisonous gas. Now, that's entirely a joke that Blackarachnia's voice actress is Venus Terrazzo.
Huh.
So when they go to all the other countries to translate, they're all a bit confused. Like, what's Venus got to do with this character? Some just leave it in. Some just have him say, "You remind me of stars." It's kind of funny. It's just a total nod to the American voice actor.
That's cute. I was thinking that it was like a reference to the goddess of love or something. I don't know, but turns out I was reading too much into it.
Dinobot's the only one who would know that, though. Dinobot's
without Dinobot, nobody knows the humanity.
The second Dinobot died, Silverbolt went into his room, and it's become like a pool room now, where you can watch NFL. Actually, no, baseball. He's a baseball guy.
Oh,
Lower
he's
numbers.
definitely a baseball guy. 100% baseball.
Let's be real. He's probably like he likes cars go vroom vroom in a circle.
I don't know if Milady guys tend to be NASCAR guys. They tend to be musical theater guys.
I don't know. Have you been to like Austin?
I have not. So you're gonna have to enlighten me on the amount of Milady NASCAR guys there are.
Yeah.
In the Transformers universe, NASCAR is just cars.
That's true. That's just the 40-meter dash.
That's their Olympics.
So is like Formula One like cross country? Like what are we doing here?
Yeah. Formula One's cross country. Well, Formula One, you got to test all their fuel. There's a lot of doping in Formula One.
Yeah.
I mean, there are famous racers in the Transformers universe. Like they do have celebrities who are sports people, and Optimus Prime does play basketball.
Oh, and Rat Trap knows who Evil Knievel is.
Yeah,
which is certainly a choice.
Opens up so many. I mean, if Dinobot knows who Shakespeare is. Speaking of, we haven't had any Shakespeare references since the late great Dinobot left us, have we? No. Reference.
I'm honestly beginning to think Scott McNeil was slipping them in himself.
Scott McNeil was just changing the script behind everyone's back.
He's desperate to get out of this voice acting hole. So he's like, if I keep slipping in these, maybe like some stage people will see me.
He's gonna be the next Titus Andronicus. Just you wait.
He's like David Tennant after Doctor Who, going straight back to the theatre to do real things. He's like, okay, I'm done with this now. Now to Hamlet.
Now to Hamlet. Because Dinobot died, Shakespeare doesn't get to exist in this universe.
Paul, Megatron's killed him as well.
Yeah. So many temporal fluctuations.
Well, if time travel in this world's weird, because Megatron hasn't wiped out time because he's bootstrap paradoxed himself.
Well, it's like the weirdest thing, right? Because it was the Ghost of Starscream that let us know kind of what was going on. And then when we got the Megatron video, last week?
Yeah.
or whatever. It's kind of like I'm trying to figure out what the laws of time travel are in this world, frankly.
Because now Megatron is dead, so there can't be a war because the Transformers dead in the first place, meaning Megatron can't make the disc, which tells you to mess with time, so he can't read the disc and won't get the idea to mess with time anymore.
So it really comes down to like what kind of effect on the timeline do you think this has? Is this an alternate universe kind of deal? Is this a Marty McFly situation? Like what do you think the consequences are?
Even Marty McFly, I mean, they create alternate 1985. Like Doc Brown, shows the timeline, shows the branch, the 1985A. Is this a Kelvin timeline situation? I don't know. I mean, but I assume having not seen season 3, except for maybe an episode here or there on Toonami, 20 some years ago. I assume they have to go back to the point of the timeline contamination and fix it.
You'll find out.
I guess
Could be dumber than that. Could be way dumber than that.
Yeah. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, e.g. we haven't wrote it yet. Uh, Talking of this, though, it is kind of funny that if you play the Beast Wars Transmetal video game, and you should not play the Beast Wars Transmetal video game,
I should have brought it again. Damn it.
awful. Megatron's ending seems to just be seems to be someone ranting about this plot point. Because it points out that if Megatron wins, Optimus Prime is dead, so there's no Matrix, and no Matrix means you can't stop Unicron, meaning Cybertron gets destroyed, meaning no Autobots, no Decepticons, whatever, meaning no Megatron anyway. So his ending is like, haha, fuck you. You've played yourself and this game.
You played yourself. Oh, there is something kind of like, I don't think that was the goal, but there is something kind of like wretchedly nihilistic about like dooming yourself to non-existence just because you hate one guy. Did Doctor Doom ever do that?
He must have. He's balls time
That
up.
sounds like a Doctor Doom thing to do.
Doom would do it, but does Doom's petty, but does Doom also need the adulation?
I don't think he needs it. I think it's a nice bonus.
I think Doom's more like, I'll go back in time and make Reed Richards bold kind of guy.
Yeah, I'll trip him down the stairs a couple times. It's very like, it was
Reverse
me,
Flash.
Barry, but like,
Reverse Flash would.
Reverse Flash definitely would.
Because Reverse Flash doesn't need the adulation. He's just in it for the love of the game.
He is in it for the love of the game. Good for the Reverse Flash.
Very petty, like, haha, your McDonald's order was wrong in 1994.
It was me, Barry.
I ate your hash browns, Harry.
I may have accidentally made lots of people not exist, but it was worth it to make you slightly sad.
You know, like, the question is, do we think that Megatron is on the same level of petty as Reverse Flash and Doctor Doom? Like that, I think that's a solid question to ask. Is he as petty?
No, I think he's too stupid. I think a big point in this whole episode, he keeps going about the ultimate gambles. It's like, clearly he doesn't know what he's doing in this situation.
Yeah.
This is a gotcha game issue where it's like, I can stop anytime I want, but I really want that you are waifu in my thing.
I've broken into this ship now, so I may as well just punch some guys. I did note down all the Transformers we did see in the whole thing. The bridge, we get Prowl, Ironhide, Optimus Prime, Jazz and Ratchet. Jazz and Ratchet, great name for a comedy double act. And then the ship, we see Prowl, Jazz, Prime, Skywarp, Starscream, and Soundwave. I recognise Starscream.
Yeah.
So that means Starscream knew his corpse was here.
Yes.
I'm surprised he didn't go pick it up. Do you think he like nipped over quickly just to give it like a little dusting?
Well, I mean, his spark is coexisting in the same time in the same place twice. So could he invade his own body?
That create
is this a D4C situation?
Well, I was more thinking he just goes back and like just make sure there's not much dust on it. No one's maintaining this ship. Yeah, I've got to keep it nice and buffed.
Wax on, wax off for his own body.
Don't want to lose the warranty.
Yeah, I got a WD-40 those joints. I mean, it's a temporal paradox of two. No, but this is not a temporal paradox. Again, this time travel thing, like in this particular situation.
We're just gonna watch like a single line of blood come out of one of our noses if we talk about
that. Like the entire point of like Time Cop, they can't occupy the same space, otherwise they combust. Isn't that?
Yeah, it's Time Cop.
Yeah. And also Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. Spoiler alert for JoJo.
Yeah.
That's kind of the big problem with this whole episode is we've not really established, because previous episode when Megatron blew up the mountain, the disc changed to compensate. So apparently you can change the future perfectly acceptably. I don't know. And for me, my big thing is I love at the end, Megatron just walks out doing the "you are raised, you have died," haha, and no one tries to shoot. Like, I was kind of hoping we'd have like a fated charge thing, like when Optimus is dying in the time warp. Like, it would be cool for them to do, because so much this episode is the Maximals don't do anything. They tunnel through a thing and then can't get through a door. End of show. It's like, oh, these guys look stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing how Optimus is just so not involved in this final episode. It's Megatron going on a little trip.
I think what I find, like, you're right, 100%. This is just like Megatron goes on a trip and ruins everyone's day. I think what is interesting here is that you see the same kind of tension in Beast Wars as you saw in chunks of G1, where G1 would be trying to do something more narrative, overarching, and trying to be a little bit more than what it was, a toy commercial. And then, standards and practices would have to rein it back in. And I think that the Transformers universe, in a lot of ways, and many of its incarnations, kind of struggle against. They actually have a very interesting war epic thing going on in the background that they want to address, but they also got to sell the goddamn toys. And I think that that's where the tension falls in, which is why the comics get to be so good, because they're less focused on that. But the TV shows, you gotta sell those fucking toys.
See, I think this episode could have been fixed a little bit if they hadn't killed Ravage off so quickly.
Yeah.
Have Megatron fly off, and then have have Maximals trying to follow him, but Ravage is strafing them. So they're having to repeatedly take cover, and then have Rat Trap blow up Ravage sort of just before Megatron makes his shot. Because then then they're not being stopped by some rocks, which why Rat Trap can't blow those away, why they can't open a metal door by just laser cutter. It would have made them more interesting and made the race against time feel less contrived. Though, talking of that, we do get the funniest toy joke in this episode. Rat Trap declares that the Autobot ship wasn't built, it was poured, which Primal says, die-cast construction, it's a lost art, while looking directly at the camera.
Oh, that's so true.
I did like that. That was very good.
It's very true. Like those die-cast figures that they had. Ooh, those are expensive on eBay these days.
They survive. It's amazing. You find them around the place.
Oh yeah, they were built. A lot of those die-casts were built to last. I have a die-cast Soundwave that is not in great condition, but I found it for like $120.
If you are into model trains, and you shouldn't be, you'll find that like the die-cast one from the 40s still perfect. The like plastic ones from the 80s have all gone now. Yeah. But those pre-war ones, if you can get around the lead in the paint, they'll be here till you die. Which, if you lick them, will be pretty soon.
Which will be very soon. These trains saw Archduke Ferdinand get shot, so they are gonna last.
Yeah, this is just I will say my takeaway from this is it really feels like they wrote the season. They got told, hey, we're going to have less episodes. And their way of dealing with that was, we're going to delete every third script.
Yeah.
Because, again, this feels like, same when I was saying about the early humans in Dinobot's death, there feels like there was a linking episode there we never saw. Here, it feels there was an episode here about the Ark, about people... Because we're left to presume that Dinobot's thing a couple of episodes ago of I have something to tell you was him telling Optimus about the Ark. Which I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if that was intended. Because, again, it's weird that we didn't see that conversation. Even if it's just a case of, hey, like, we could have had him be like, I know these early Transformers are here. And then Optimus puts two and two together when Megatron flies off. There had to be... Yeah, you can't just be like, here's all the other dudes. Yeah. In 1998, when this show hasn't been on air since the late 80s.
Yeah, it's an odd balance, right? Because the lore episodes do kind of... I don't know. Did we struggle this much when the ghost of Starscream showed up last season? I think they expositioned that. Granted, they had much more episodes, but
they did that. They did that much better because you basically just had Rat Trap say who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. They already knew who Starscream was, and it also kind of helps that Starscream is one of those characters. Like, if you see him, you know who he is. He's more recognizable than, say, Prowl.
I think it also helped because Starscream took over Waspinator's body. He immediately does kind of the cackly villain laughter. We had the thunder behind him. And so immediately, like, even if you don't know who he is, the line of, oh, he's an older Transformer who's now immortal, and him being like, you go, okay, this guy's a villainous backstabber type. You can kind of, Because yeah, none of these old guys, they're all asleep. None of them talk or do anything. Like, who are these people? Like, we're left with what other people say about them.
Yeah. Well, saves you having to get voice sound alikes.
Yeah, don't have to call up Frank Welker again. Be like, hey man, you busy like right now?
Yeah. Drive up
So,
costs considerably just for a 2-line performance.
I mean,
I'm
Frank Welker is the kind of guy who would do that. He's all the roars in the Lion King. Fun fact.
I was gonna say I'm really surprised that they couldn't just use old footage. But then I remember last episode we couldn't use the Transformers theme, so maybe we can't use the old footage.
Hmm.
But I do want to ask, since this is the end of the season, what did you think? Like, we were kind of talking about it, but Sam, we got to hear your thoughts about season 2 and your interactions with it, and me apologizing greatly for not knowing you didn't like spiders.
I think this season I overall I like better, and not just because it's half the length, though that might play a factor.
Half
But
the length, double the spiders.
yeah, I mean that's true. But it's interesting watching them pare down the cast though, because you know, I mean they've been killing off characters since the season premiere. We lost Dinobot, we lose characters here. They really are kind of at the same time, and this is something I've mentioned, multiple episodes covering season 2. It is interesting seeing how much the technology has jumped since season 1, with all the close-ups that we now get, and also the number of simultaneously moving Transformers on screen at a single time. I do like the kind of streamlined approach. I think my big thing about season 1 is there's so many filler episodes. And filler episodes are fine and good. We're also covering Dragon Ball Z, which is known for it, and we love quite a few of them. Um, but I think for something like Transformers, it does work a little better running faster and brisker with a sense of purpose, even if you extend your finale into 3 episodes.
Technically, nearly 4. The
Yeah.
original plan, spoiler alert, was that the first episode of next season was going to be the agenda part 4.
Mm,
And they
Oh.
got told, no, you can't have numbers go across seasons.
yeah.
It will
This is
put networks off.
Kingdom Hearts hadn't come out yet. We weren't ready for 2.51389
days.
days,
Oh,
hours,
Yeah.
minutes. Seconds you're allowed to have Mickey Mouse on screen.
cycles.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, that was a fact I found really amusing. And they were like, oh yeah, we wanted it, but we were told we couldn't. It's like, oh yeah, because this was still when scheduling was done mostly manually. So some poor dude would have to work out that Agenda Part 4 is part of the new season, not part of the old season, which would mean looking it up.
Yeah.
Just mean to that intern.
Hasbro wouldn't allow it. I'm with you. I like the fewer episodes. This season for me is that there's a lot of really high highs.
Yeah.
Dinobot's death is really well done. I like the whole Dinobot plot. I like the core of what we've got going on here. I think there was just a better way of doing it. Like, if I'm in charge, like, we're not doing the Fusels as 2 parts, for instance, because Quick Strike has become just another dude. He's Pterosaur 2, basically.
Electric Boogaloo.
He's just here to shoot people. He doesn't really do anything. Like, I would even maybe drop Transmutate out of this whole thing, because it was a fun episode, but when you're trying to do this big lore arc, you need time to get these basic facts out there.
I mean, I love Transmutate. We've been all over that. I've been eyeballing the figure on eBay, but
Well, I will say people do think he's creepy. I did do a poll, and people.
You did a poll?
I did.
What did the poll shake out to?
It's not done too, but I think it's like 64% creepy and 23% cute. And one of the 23% cute is me.
yeah, and I'm.
I mean, obviously. But, I mean, I did want to kind of talk about this, but I couldn't find the right issue that I wanted to hold up. But as we all know, I'm a mild fan of Transformers. But I agree. I do think that the shorter season works in its favor a lot. Dinobot's death is basically kind of what the show is remembered for, and it also gave me one of my favorite iterations of Cyclonus. which is basically what Dinobot's character gets turned into for the More Than Meets the Eye and Lost Light comic, and that's the natural escalation and conclusion for that character that works really, really well. But yeah, like it's interesting coming back to this as a very long time Transformers fan and being like, wow, this is not made for the layman for Transformers. And that was kind of a weird realization for me to come to, is like, this is not entry level Transformers lore, which is kind of crazy. But we are closing in on the end. So and we kind of did final thoughts, but let's get like one round of final thoughts and who you're going to miss the most from the characters who died this season.
I mean, I think the answer across the board should be Dinobot.
It should be, but I don't know what you guys are.
It's not true. Like... you know,
we've given up hope, presuming he's dead forever.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna miss Dinobot. I mean, yeah, it is an unusual episode. It does kind of, like John was alluding when we started, it's a three-parter that didn't necessarily need to be three parts, or at least didn't function with the parts that it had, in telling kind of a story that earned that length. It'll be interesting to see where season 3. I'll say this to its credit. I'm interested to see where season 3 picks up because of how ass backwards, timey-wimey stuff gets. And its penchant for killing off Optimi Primes. So we'll see where that kind of takes us when we get back.
Optimus even Primer is going to come in.
That's Optimus cubed at that point.
He is just a square. I'm going to miss Dinobot, and I'm really curious how they handle not having Dinobot. Dinobot has been the glue for this season. He is such an important character in this dynamic, in that we can have him sort of go off and do his own thing a bit more. Like, you can't have Cheetor go off and do anything solo, really. Dinobot is in this really interesting position where he fits the silly stuff when it needs doing. He's good in the combat sequences, but you can pin some more angst on him. And I wonder how we're going to go forward with that. We're going to have someone in that role, but I don't know who it's going to be because, it's certainly not Rat Trap. It's certainly not Cheetor. Rhinox, maybe they'll remember Rhinox exists a bit more next season. Maybe it'll be Black. I mean, I guess we're getting a little bit of that with Blackarachnia, her being her whole heel face turn. I don't love him. I'm Sun kind of thing going on. But yeah, Dinobot has been the glue for this season, and they're going to have to find someone to take that role. Probably voiced by Scott McNeil, because he won't allow it any other way.
Scott McNeil has been constantly working for 45 years. Dinobot is the obvious choice for a lot of reasons, and that's why I keep seeking out his character in other forms of Transformers media. So that tells you about the brand loyalty for Cyclonus. Dinobot, oh my god. But
it's amazing you got that wrong after you saying how much you loved him.
I do love him, but I also love Cyclonus. My laptop is named Cyclonus. But I am kind of reeling from the fact that, this is not the entry-level show I remember it being. But yeah, I am excited because I don't remember season 3 as well. Who knows? Maybe they'll clone Dinobot and turn him into a weird robot abomination. But we aren't going to know about that for at least a little while longer. That does mean we have pulled into our final destination. That's right. It is time for us to disembark from Toonami Absolution. We want to thank you once again in joining us and talking about the shows that made us us and the shows that made you you. We have been your hosts. My name is Alex.
I'm Sam.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you next time. Bang.
Roll out.
Roll out.